So I'm thinking tonight we really bring back the top line's minutes. Bring them down, only let them get maybe 14-ish minutes. Just we don't want to risk injury. Let's keep it easy, see if we can just pull out a W anyway, and we'll go from there.
Hey man.
Yeah, no, I think hold on. What's up?
Yeah, I just wanted to let you know that tonight we're starting a rookie goaltender NHL debut, the whole thing. So if you could take it kind of easy on us, appreciate that.
Oh yeah, sure, man, sure.
Thanks, man. Knew I could count on you.
Forget what I just said. We're playing it for 22 minutes tonight. Low quality fans of a high quality Bruins team, that is another dub! 6 in a row, all in this jersey. I think I can confidently say I'm the only reason we are winning these games. It might have something to do with Marchand playing out of his mind as well, maybe a couple other players thrown in the mix there, but it's mostly me. Again, this game didn't have enough fireworks and such to get a lot of the blood pumping, and unfortunately for the boys, that's also the case. They looked really bad to start the game and had a very lackadaisical first 40. The only hype from this game really comes from being able to catch the teams ahead of us. There was the Capitals playing the Islanders. Of course, that went to a shootout, so at least everyone gets a point. And then the Pens playing the Devils, and the Devils got their teeth kicked in again, but this time without the late game heroics that they almost bring it all the way back. So we didn't really gain on anybody, but we've basically closed the window on the Rangers, who lost again in regulation last night. That now results in a pretty much 99% chance that we're making the playoffs. Not too shabby. You honestly have to wonder how Buffalo gets up for these games, because they're meaningless. They have some major injuries, so it's not even like they really get to see their team compete and try to make predictions about next year. I guess they have a goaltender starting tomorrow that they're excited about. He's another Finn, and it's going to be his first game, so I don't know. I don't know how Buffalo fans are doing this. It sounds awful. I mean, we've been there, but I forgot because we're so good right now, so I'm leaving that alone. Swayman gets to start. Comfor's in for Zaboral. Both things I'm super comfortable with. Swayman, again, a great game. That conversation for backup is heating up. We'll talk about it later. By the end of this game, there really wasn't someone to complain about. Now, of course, Cliffy, yes, always complain about Cliffy. But other than that, everyone looked pretty good. Comfort had his weird moments. Grizz had one little lapse there. Riley had a little lapse, but everyone was consistent. We were slow starting. We didn't look great for the first 40, but you kind of tell we're trying to pick it up, and the third period was a blowout. It's hard to look at this game as a big win, but it's also hard to look at this game and find criticisms. It's nice to see a team just do their job and move on. Puck drops, and we look really bad for the first couple of minutes. And not only that, but 3:30 into the period, McAvoy blocks a shot in his midsection, but seems to be limping after it. He's in a ton of pain. He can't get off the ice. They stop play. He gets help down the tunnel, and I just start sobbing. And so for the next 6 minutes, I don't know what's going on. I'm just sobbing. Just absolute tears. 9 minutes into the period, McAvoy's back on the bench. And honestly, I wish he would have stayed there. I can't risk it, man. I can't risk that guy getting hurt. Sit him for the rest of the game. He's hurt. Leave him alone. But as he's coming back, 9 minutes in, we are starting a power play because Pasta got hit from behind by Ristolainen. Ristolainen walked the edge all game. That was the only guy really trying to mix it up, honestly. And our power play continues to be gross. It's so bad. It's so bad, and we can't score against the Buffalo Sabres. Which, it was kind of funny. They mentioned in this game that the Sabres are the least penalized team in the NHL. I think there's two reasons for that. One, they don't really get in a lot of fights. Not a lot of big, tough guys on that team. Two, if you want proof that the losing team doesn't get called for penalties as often as the winning team, well, there it is, right? You are the worst team in the league. There is no way you're also the most disciplined. That doesn't exist. That does not happen. If you're pinned in your zone, you're more likely to take a penalty. But if you're getting killed 3-0, The refs just kind of put him away. 13 minutes in. We're still not looking amazing. We really got to pick up the energy. Again, this isn't even the casual play we talked about. It's just no energy at all. But we are in the offensive zone. Pasta feeds Riley up at the left point, and Riley just takes a fatty. And it has a nice little deflection. Never gets to Tokarski. Bounces to the right. Marchand is where he needs to be, just sitting right next to the goal. And puck comes to him. Tokarski tries to get over. He takes his time collecting it and literally kind of like chips it over Tokarski and in. That is his 25th of the season. His Hart Trophy campaign continues. And that's 1-0. And it's just lazy. God, it feels lazy. McAvoy will take a penalty shortly after. We will kill that. Marshy goes after Middlestat on his bench, about $1:40 left in the period. That will result in 4v4 play for the ending of this period, beginning of the second. Period's going to end 1-0. Not a dominant period by any means. But hey, we have the lead. And second period Bruins might, who the fuck knows what you're going to get. 2 minutes in to the period, and we actually look okay. And we force a penalty. Ristolainen gets 2 for holding. Yes, Ristolainen again going to the box. And our power play is still gross. It's so gross. We don't do anything. We suck. It actually results, as the power play is ending, results in a 3-on-2 against us. The Sabres just panic. They panic on it. They force themselves to the right side. They don't utilize the other 2 at all. And Swayman has the easiest 3-on-2 stop of his life. Unfortunately, we have a player who wants to make sure that teams feel like they're still in the game. 5:30 into the period, and Connor motherfucking Clifton, baby. Cliffy Hockey has the puck on the left wall, and he can clear it. Puts it on his backhand, flings it into Corrali's chest. Corrali tries to get it down on his stick, falls, trips backwards, leading to a 2-on-1 the other way, because we didn't even get it out of our zone, but everyone started to move up because it was an easy clear that Cliffy couldn't do. And it results in that breakdown. It's a nice feed across the slot, and Swayman can't make the stop. Swayman didn't have a chance on this one. Bjork on the right side had some nice sauce to get it to Rostalainen, not to be confused with Ristolainen with the... Man, that gets so confusing. Anyway, nice feed. It got off his stick immediately. Swayman never had a chance. So it's 1-1 in a game that kind of feels like it should be, but fuck you, Cliffy Hockey. And I will say now, Clifton will not be playing next game. It appears that Kevin Miller is coming back, and he will be replacing Cliffy. I think Bruce Cassidy might watch these videos. I don't think he does, but how cool would that be? Immediately after that goal, Pasta decides to get a call for boarding. Fun. And then we kill it. And then immediately after that, Comfer goes to the box as well. Comfer gets the interference. Again, we kill it, but those are back-to-back dumb penalties in a tie game against an NHL team. But there's no need to panic, because 7 minutes left in the period. Bergie, a face-off in the left circle in the offensive zone. He sort of wins it. It gets to the right towards Pasta. Pasta is able to jump into the circle, feed it back to the point with Grizz. Grizz walks the line a little bit down to the right side, and absolutely smokes one past Tokarski. 2-1. Great goal by Grizz. Awesome. The issue is I lied to you, and that was not a hammer job. He didn't smoke that shot. No, he took a gentle wrister from the point, just trying to get it on net, and Tokarski just missed. Let it go right under his glove. It was right in that little pocket right there. And whoop. 2-1. And Tokarski finally looks like the Tokarski we knew before last game. Immediately after that, so about 6 minutes left in the period, Bergie is going to go for slashing. We kill it, and then immediately after that, McAvoy gets hooking. We kill it. Second period was rough for us with the Zebras, man. Period will end 2-1. We don't really deserve a lead. It feels like we're getting outplayed, but really what it is we've had 5 penalties. And when you're shorthanded 5 times through 40 minutes, it kills momentum over and over and over again. Third period starts. We're up a goal, and it just gets rude, guys. Pasta, 5 minutes in, gets a feed from Bergie. He has 1 to beat. It's him and Dahlin. He's on the left side. He cuts to the right, flicks the puck over Dahlin's stick, outskates him to get a little bit of separation, And he's just, if anyone plays NHL, or like any of the NHL games, this was the move, right? Is you go left to right, have it on your forehand, and just go top blocker. That's what he did. And Tokarski probably should have had this one, but he created enough space on Dahlin. Freaking sniped it. That is 3-1. Pasta gets on the board. He already had a couple assists in this one. He is failing it. Not only that, but Richie, thick Richie with his big white ass, he gets one too. Coyle with the nice entrance into the offensive zone feeds Jakey on the right. Jakey with a nice pass to the left with Richie far side over there, and he just fires it low blocker. It was a nice little 3-on-3. Tokarski probably should have had this one too, but it's 4-1. We're running away with it. Immediately after that, it's relaxed hockey. It's so clear that the team is not pushing anymore, and I cannot explain how funny it is the night and day change with some of our players when we have a big lead. And they don't start playing poorly, but they're just so much more confident to try to go through players. 2-on-1s, 3-on-1s, they just try to go through them. It's comical. I worry about it in the playoffs, but right now it's comical. We will score once more with 2 minutes left in the game. It's a smasher from Lauzon at the point. It takes a deflection off Smith's stick, hits the post, bounces out to Krejci, who just gets to bury it because Tokarski's trying to track through all that. That is 5-1 final. That's a good win. You take that one against that Buffalo Sabres team. You don't read a ton into it. You're just going to keep on moving down the road. We got another one tonight. Game notes. Is Taylor Hall our human victory cigar? And I mean this in kind of a weird way. When we have a big lead, all of a sudden, Hall starts embarrassing people. And he doesn't normally do it early in the game. Early in the game, he checks hard. He flies around the ice very fast, very nice hands, but he's not going one-on-one with a lot of people. But as soon as we have a 2-goal lead or more, he's nutmegging people. He's like doing spinoramas. He's just, if he does that, you don't even need to look at the scoreboard really. You're like, oh, we're winning. Nice. Oh, how about an important conversation? When Jack Edwards and Andy Brickley were talking about the conversation around Swayman, some people misunderstood this. They were talking about the difficult conversation Swayman was creating because he was playing so well. The conversation is about the backup job. Tuukka's still our number one. There's no debate whether or not he gets the starts in the playoffs. That's a good conversation to get to have, because you look around the league and there's a lot of teams that go, really wish we had a goaltender. Looking at you, Maple Leafs. I will add some criticism to Swayman's game. He has looked very good, and his stats back that up. But be wary. He still has flaws. I know we all want to talk about him like he's some incredible prospect who just is going to stop everything forever, and he's perfect. He's the perfect goaltender. He still overcommits. I don't know if he has the athleticism to come back from some of these overcommittals. He's very good. He still has some flaws that I would worry about him as a full-time starter with. That you can fix that, and it will come with time, but that's what it feels like we're not giving him right now, and obviously there was necessity there. But if next year he becomes a full-time backup and he splits the kind of 1A, 1B with Rask, if Rask comes back, of course, well, then you kind of got to wonder, okay, is he going to be able to fix all that stuff at NHL speed, or did he really need that year in the AHL? That's a conversation worth having. This game wasn't an ass-kicking. It was a game where they had really bad goaltending for one period, and they kind of played us evenly for most of it. It really wasn't an ass-kicking. It looked like an ass-kicking, but it wasn't. And I'm not worried about that. A lot of people are talking about how they need to destroy Buffalo. Just win the damn game. I don't care. No injuries coming out of it. Win the damn game. A couple player things. Coyle gets his 300th point on Richie's goal. That's very, very fun. His whole line played pretty well this game. I know we want to have another scoring line. But honestly, just a line that brings energy and can get the puck deep in that zone and has a decent forecheck, things will come. Things will come. Pasta, who I have been critical about, looking sluggish and slow at times. He still does have moments where you go, buddy, come on. But he has 9 points in 5 games. He's not a liability out there. He's just not up to his usual 100%. That's what my criticisms really are, is he's not his usual self. He hasn't been bad. He's just not his usual self. Lastly, I want to give Comfer a ton of credit for what he's done. He has been good in the game. There's not a lot to talk about. There's not a lot of crazy, great stuff he's been doing. He's honestly invisible half the time. So just like I said earlier this season with Carlo, when I was like, I forget Carlo's on the ice sometimes. Great! Comfer has been very, very good. That does it for me, guys. We're getting this video out. It'll probably come out like an hour or two before the game. And then we got another game, and then there'll be another video tomorrow. So, whoop, whoop. Having fun. Go, baby!